everybody. Well, today we have a special guest, Kadambari, and she is a henna artist. And I think this is going to be a really exciting interview because we're going to learn a little bit about how she does this. And I'm going to ask her a few questions. So I guess we can get started. And you can maybe tell our viewers about your background and how you became an artist in this type of work.
Sure. First of all, thank you so much, Mary, for inviting me here. And I'm
Yeah.
very excited to talk about my art because henna art is a very ancient art, and not only the South Asian countries, but the whole Middle East of the world have been using this art for a very while. I born and raised in India, and this is my profession for 27 years.
Oh, wow.
I am not professionally trained, so I'm a self-taught artist. But I pretty much started when I was around 7, 8 year old. So since then, I'm working with this, and after that, so it's been 27 years that professionally that I have been doing this art.
Mhm.
The best part of I born and raised in India, and is all my culture there, where people already know about it. Is a whole different world. But when
Mhm.
you come from there to a country like here, where there are people from all over the world, and then you get to share your art, isn't something very special. So I always feel very blessed that I'm here to share the ideas about this.
Yeah.
Um,
Now I've seen it, and I've seen people having it on, and most of them are from India. I worked with a girl at one time. She had some of it done on her hand. I thought, boy, that is really unique and so intense. So, well, can you explain a little bit how you do this?
Sure, definitely. I have a little pattern on my hand that you can see
Oh
today.
yeah.
So it's still staining dark. It's like very freshly done it. So it looks like end result would be like a coffee brown tone,
Okay.
and that's it. What I do, henna is 100% natural form of the paste. So there is a plant that grows in the very tropical conditions or a very hot and dry conditions. It's a very bushy, small plant. People take the leaves of it, they dry it. Once any leaves are dry, you can just crumble and that becomes a powder. So
Oh,
we refine that powder many times and we get like a very fine powder of those leaves. I get that from India. I have my supplier for a very long time, and
mhm.
I mix it with few oils. So say eucalyptus oil, the water, lemon, sugar. That's all goes in my henna powder. I make it the paste. When I make a paste, I have a tubes like these are like a homemade tubes. Like this looks like it's just made from like a dollar store paper, literally.
Mhm.
I hold them and I make a tubes ready like this, and I put my
Mhm.
paste into it and I pack them. So when I
Oh,
seal them, then that tube looks something like this.
oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, and then I have cut the tip off here and I just like doodle with it. So it's a
Oh,
free hand, there's nothing else used, and this is just the tube with the paste, and I
uh-huh.
just go. So yeah, it is very intense art. There's a lot of detail goes with it. You have to have a very steady hand to do it.
Yes.
I feel like nothing is impossible and practice makes it perfect. So
Okay.
anybody wants to learn it is very easy and simple. Practice, practice, practice,
Practice.
practice, and you get
Yeah,
it.
I think the steady hand would probably be definitely something important. Well, let me ask you, how long does that usually last after you do a design?
So what happens when you do any design? So for example, if I even like put this little dot here, a little like this dot, okay? So
Mhm.
what's going to happen? It's going to take like first 15-20 minutes to dry this, just
Mhm.
like how you dry your nails. 15
Mhm.
20 minutes dry. After that, it becomes harder on your skin. And once henna has its own, I would say, a brain that
Mhm.
henna understand the body temperature and outside temperature. Depend on that, it takes a time to dry on your skin. Once
Mhm.
it dry, it flakes off. When it
Mhm.
flakes off, it's going to leave like a very light orange stain that goes darker and darker and darker in next 24 hours. So
Hmm.
as I said, like this is less than a 24 hours, but after 24 hours
Mhm.
it's brown. The brown stain, that is the right henna stain, that would stay on your skin 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh,
Again,
wow.
it's a whole natural process and it's a natural thing. So the more you wash it or if you scrub it or if you depend on all that, Henna
Yeah.
doesn't like chlorine. Henna doesn't like hand sanitizers. Henna doesn't like lots of soap and shampoos. So
Mhm.
at the COVID time, it has become very tricky because, like, literally 3 to 4 days and your henna is off because of a hand sanitizer.
Yeah. Yeah, with the COVID and everything. Yeah, people were saying, well, I went years ago, I was a hairdresser. I mean, that was like my very first profession. And I can remember using a henna in hair. You know, I mean, I'm
Really?
not that ancient, but I know years ago, like, I think Egyptians used to do that, put the
Yes.
henna,
Yeah.
and then they had like a form, it was a different type of henna, but it was kind of to give you a gloss to your hair. It gave you a gloss, a
Right.
shine. And it,
And what I understand being in this profession, the henna, how henna would have come in the, like, in the world, or like people had this bushy plants everywhere. And like years ago, like we're talking about, like, say 20, 30 generations ago. And especially, as I already mentioned, henna grows in the place where it's very hot and tropical or very dry conditions.
mhm.
So one thing about henna is henna cools your body down. So if you apply henna on your hair or on your hand or skin or anywhere, it gives you a cooling effect because it takes the body heat from your body to dry it out. That was the main reason why people started using, and that's how it came on your hair. Because imagine the 110 degrees hot, your hair is like hot.
It's getting
So if you
fried.
apply henna, right, it's gonna cool you down. So one thing that they figured it out, wow, it cools it down. And second, it now toning my hair. Third,
Mhm.
it conditions your hair. So
Yeah.
that's how it came. I have been conditioning my hair with henna for maybe 20, 25 years now.
Okay. See, yeah, that's how it was like, I don't even see that anymore in the beauty supply. But yeah, that's how it was, like a glossy kind of thing that, yeah, gave shine and
Yeah.
conditioned. And yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Well, let me ask you, have do you do any other kind of art, or is this specifically the type that you do?
So what like, as I said, like, I'm a very self-taught artist and I like to experiment a lot. So what I did back in India, I used to be very busy because henna is a major part in our weddings, where people, every bride has to get the henna done,
Oh,
and they
yes.
get like a lot, both the hands, front, back, feet. They just
Oh,
soak into a henna. The reason is also, it's a funny thing. Girls have figured it out. Once you get the henna done, you have to keep it longer on your skin. That means no work for you, right? So you just send the toner, get it pampered, the whole family kind of take cares of you.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how it's got added in there. So back in India, I used to be very busy with the brides and I never got to explore what else I can do. But as I came to America and I got the wintry time when I was not doing much, and then I took henna art. So base is same, the henna designs or henna patterns, but I do it in a different way now. For example, I have something to show you here. Look at, these are the coasters. So
Oh,
these
how
are the
pretty.
henna patterns though. But what
Yes.
I did it in this tube, instead of the henna, I have added like the acrylic color. So like,
Mhm.
look at this.
Oh, how pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's how I like. So these are the pattern of the coasters that I do it.
Oh my goodness.
But I also have something else that I'll show you.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
literally imagine anything plain in your house, and I can decor that. So
Yeah.
you can bring me a glass. I can do it, or I made a frames like this.
Oh my goodness. Yes, that's beautiful. Oh,
Right.
wow.
So this
Very
is like
pretty.
the thing I put it in the frame, but I also have something that I do it on the canvas.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It's so lacy and pretty.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very
This
pretty.
is like
Like a
this is my
peacock.
new
Yeah.
addition that I'm trying to do it. So the pattern is henna for sure.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Right. It's a henna
Gorgeous.
pattern, but I'm just like
Beautiful.
using the colors and stones, and I'm trying to make it
Yes.
another thing.
Gorgeous.
So I thought like you will definitely will ask me something, but these are the bookmarks. Look at it.
Oh, wow.
So it's just
Yes.
like a handmade, hand painted bookmarks that I
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh. Well, now do you have a like a store that people can buy these things? Is
I
that it?
am in the process of it, but right now, all my the buyers, like who knows I do it, they all know me personally, and they see me in the art and craft shows, and they buy from there. Then a lot of people like personally messages me on Instagram, Facebook, or on my website, and they ask me customize that. Can you make me like a red color 10 bookmarks, please, or
Oh,
something like my wall color is this? Can you create something? So I go lot of personalize, and so I create unique pieces every time. I don't have any
yeah.
set patterns. I just my energy just flows, and
Yeah.
the time what I feel connected with it, I just create things. So it's many times I just come up with a whole new thing that I never even decided or even planned for anything.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let me ask you, how long does it take to do a piece or to do like, a design on a person? I'm sure because it's so detailed, it has to take some time. I don't think we can just go through that real quick.
Right. And like, like this, my own hand that you see
Yeah.
it here, right?
Yes.
This own
Yes.
hand. So this I did it, it took me 5 minutes
Oh,
or less than
25.
5 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, in 5 minutes. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That's quick.
um,
I wouldn't
I
think
mean,
of that, the being so fast.
it is definitely depend on the intricacy one and how big the pattern is. Totally depend on that. It takes some time. But maybe like it's been 27 years that I'm doing it and
You
so much
get
of experience
quicker.
and practice that definitely I'm more faster than a
Yes.
lot of people.
That's
Yes.
amazing. That's amazing. Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
mean, it just hit me like how when I saw that's how what you do, I thought, wow, that is really, really a neat technique. I mean, it has to take forever to do, but you learn real quick. Okay.
Yeah,
Amazing,
I try
amazing.
to. I mean, like something like this. I haven't even like measured any thing here. I have been just like what I do with something. Imagine a canvas. I just take the center of it. That's
Mhm.
all. Once I get the center, it's very easier for me. And then everything is freehand here.
Oh,
Everything,
wow.
right from the border. I haven't used anything. So I just start from the center and then I go around of it and then I just do it.
Work out. Wow, beautiful. Well, so how do you get inspired to do something? Does somebody give you an idea? Like you said, someone might tell you, "Can you make something that matches my um, wall?" Always that always cracks me up because even with art, people want it to match their sofas and everything. Well, no,
Very true. That happens. That happens. Everybody wants something personalized. I feel it. Uh, and that's what people do, is right? Like personalize something matching their stuff and they pick up always. So I rather don't like to keep an inventory and I say, I'll do something fresh for you that day, what I feel like.
Mhm, mhm.
So I just come up with the ideas all the time.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of creative juices flows. The art goddess has definitely blessed me with a lot of things.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Do you ever get like a block? I mean, that you might like, oh, all of a sudden, like, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Like, I mean, does it kind of flow naturally or?
It does flows, but what you say about creative block, and I feel like literally, and I'll tell you that I never learned that word before. I knew this was happening to me, but I didn't know what it calls. But recently I spoke to some other artist and they talked. I said, oh wow, there is a name already for this, something like creative block. So it was very interesting thing for me. I said, like, yeah, that happens to me a lot. When I do henna on people, it doesn't happen a lot to me. I don't know how it just connect like instant, very instant.
Yeah.
Um, and doing a henna on people, it kind of I look at that as my own fuel. So
Hmm.
when I do a henna for somebody, I'm sure they definitely love it, but more than that, I get so much of pleasure inside me of doing an henna for somebody else that
Hmm.
it fills my soul with a new energy. And that's the reason sometimes I do like 2 3 brides a day, and one bride takes 4 hours of a job to do the whole henna. So
Hmm.
imagine if I do like a two brides, it's pretty much like 8 hours and 9 hours of a job there.
Hmm.
But it never stops me. But as we were talking about creative block, that happens to me so many times when I create these coasters or canvases that The canvas is sitting in front of me, say for 3 days, and nothing comes in my head. I just don't know what to do there. And I was talking to my friend. I said, I don't understand why that happens to me. It never happens to do the henna on people's skin, never happens. But the same thing on the canvas, I think a lot. I don't know what happens to me. But then I take a setback. I always take a setback. I understand there's something wrong with me. So
Oh, no.
my
Oh, it happens. I mean, a blank canvas is really tough to look at, it's just to get that first thing down.
Right, exactly. So maybe I guess there is the colors and stuff goes. So I think about I like not every color goes. So there's something about it that I'm not able to figure it out what, but it happens with my other form of art, but not henna on people. So what I do it always, I take a walk outside. I
Mhm.
literally go outside no matter what day it is. Snow, rain, sun, I just go
Uh-huh.
out. As
Uh-huh.
soon as I get out, I get a fresh energy. I look at the birds, sky, something influences me always. The
Mhm.
day, the weather, the emotions, the people, some situation, something inspires me. And then I come back home and I'm like, I'm ready for this.
Ah, there you go. Okay, well, that's nice. Yeah, because a lot of people do that. Like they'll go out and check out, look at the scenery, and it inspires them to do the art actually. So that's same thing with you. That's pretty cool. That's really
Right.
interesting.
Hey, Mary, I'm really sorry. I don't know if you can hear my bird in the back, but I'm just
Oh, that's
sorry.
your bird?
I am bird sitting. It's not my bird. It's a cockatiel, but I guess he
Oh,
needs my attention. I'm so sorry. It's my first few days with him, and I
oh.
he's knowing me, and I'm understanding him. So
Oh, don't worry. Usually my one dog, he's barking most of the time during all my interviews and you can hear him, but he's been pretty quiet today. But if somebody comes up the street, he hates trucks or any, noise. He doesn't like cars either.
oh,
But with the door closed, he can hear a truck and he just goes wild. He just starts barking.
yeah.
He's a real crackpot. Even if you take him in the car, he never stops barking.
Ah,
It's just I don't know what it is. We adopted him from Puerto Rico. So
oh,
he was a
cutie.
rescue from Puerto Rico, and
Oh,
he's
how
had
old is
some
he?
he just turned 5.
Oh, cutie
Yeah,
pie.
he just turned 5.
Oh,
He's cute. He's a cute dog, but he just has a
oh.
bark.
So we
We
have a
just
character. They have a character too, right?
yeah, I mean, he likes to bark even at the television. He'll bark at somebody. If he doesn't like somebody on TV, he'll start barking. He's a character,
That's fun.
so
That's fun.
yeah. So, well, let's see. See, we talked about, I think, everything that we wanted to talk about. You
Mhm.
talked about how you do the techniques and your resources for you actually make that henna yourself then after the leaves with the leaves and everything. That's
Correct. So I just get the basic powder from India because I cannot grow that here. It
mhm,
needs in specific weather. And I have my supplier, they have their farms. So I get it directly from the henna farm,
mm,
the powder. But the making the paste has a whole process. When I
mhm,
said I add like lemon, sugar, water, and oil into that,
mhm,
it has to stay in a certain temperature for 16 to 18 hours to release the dye. So it's a whole
ah,
process. So when any
mhm,
client books me, they have to book me at least, they have to give me at least 2 days notice because I create a whole fresh henna every time for them.
mhm, mhm.
So it's a big process goes with it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, now, if people wanted to have this done, is there a way that we could get in touch with you, or um, how would that happen? I mean, you do have a website, and I will link that down below, in the information section. But is that the way they would get in touch with you to have it done?
Yes, I always tell people that, hey, contact me through my website or say my name Kadambari Arts, ARTS with my first name. I
Mhm.
have my Instagram page, I have my Facebook page, so you can contact me through anything.
Okay.
I feel dated sometimes with all this social media and there's so much coming every day with it, but I'm getting on top of it as much as I can.
Get a little overwhelmed. Yes, I
Yeah,
know. I know.
that is a lot.
I have all that too, but it is just like I don't do it for social reasons. I kind of just like do it for my art and trying to get people to interview and things like that, which is the way I like to do it.
Yes. Why not? Very true, very true. Yes.
I'm not very talkative when it comes to that kind of thing. Social media. So, people, yeah, I can talk for an interview, but that's about it. So, Well, I really enjoyed this Kadambari.
That's okay. You're saying it very well.
Okay.
Yes.
And it was really fun talking and meeting with you. And wish you much success. I think you have a unique way of doing something. It's just really interesting, really interesting.
Thank you
So
very much. Yes, thank you
yeah.
very much. And anytime anybody wanna connect me, my website, my Instagram, my Facebook is there, and yeah, I can like there's a lot of stories and stuff and things. I'm really blessed this that I have this art in me that I get to meet people
Mhm,
because. Imagine my art is like I get to spend at least 5 minutes of time with one person, so I
mhm,
get
mhm,
to share their energy because I touch them and I feel like a hug, any kind of
mhm.
a touch, you share your energy to each other.
Oh,
And I feel like I get to connect with each person every time I meet. So imagine when I go art and shows, sometimes I have 1 and 2 hours of waiting list there as well. So that
mhm.
many people I get to meet, like hundreds of people every day.
Yeah.
So just wish me that I want to go more beyond of this. I want to help the society, the people, some ways. I'm figuring it out my ways still now, what I can do. But I'm also helping cancer patient who has gone through chemotherapy. If anybody is there, and if you know somebody and they're going through, and if you want to pamper them or something, let me know. I wanna love to volunteer my time and help them with something, some creative
Mhm.
henna crowns or
I
something.
was just thinking, do you do that on a head, since the cancer with the no hair and things like that? That would be really,
Yes, I do
really
henna
pretty.
belly, like the pregnant bellies as well. I also do
Oh,
like the henna
yeah.
crown as well. But yeah, henna crown is a lot, and that's the volunteer. Like you bring anybody, that's on me. I'll do it for your loved ones.
Oh, how
Um,
beautiful.
that's all. Yes.
Yeah.
So just like God has blessed us with some art, and let's spread it in a nicer way, right?
Isn't that's the way it should be? There's so much there's just so much hate in this world. I mean, if you can just do something nice for someone,
So
you
true.
know, it,
So
it
true.
yeah, it's a
So true.
blessing.
It is
It's a
blessing for
blessing.
sure. Yes, Mary.
Yeah,
Thank you
great.
for having
Thank
me
you.
here. I really love talking to you. I
Yeah.
really loved your shirt so much that I'm watching it for like past like 10 minutes and I'm like, oh my God, I like your shirt a lot with all the
My
colorful.
art shirt.
Pretty, love it.
Yeah, it's like a big splatter on there. I thought, "This is nice for an artist."
Very true, very true. I really like you have picked that really perfect piece there. Yes, Mary.
Well, thank you. Thank
And we
you.
should
I
meet
like it too.
sometime so I can do an henna for you as well.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah, I think that would be unique. I don't know if you can do it on old hands, but
Hey, I don't call anything old, okay? I just say that experience that
okay,
shows
yeah,
more
very much so.
experience. Yeah, there's nothing old. There's no word called old.
Yeah,
It's
well,
experienced.
when I retired from my job, I was a project manager, and I went back to doing hair, and I cut men's hair, that which was
Uh-huh.
fun. I really enjoyed that, and until my body just kind of couldn't do it anymore. But one little kid, he said, "You're pretty old. Your hands are pretty old looking." And I said, well, you know what? I've had them hands for a long time."
Very
Say.
true.
Yeah, my grandmother has hands like yours, and I thought, "Oh, yeah, well,
Yes, that's
you know,
true.
I said, old hands, but what are you
Right,
gonna
so the
do?"
experienced one, like, yeah, we all are getting there. Yes.
Yes, it happens, but I've always had, like, big veins on my hands and things like that too, but now they are kinda cute, wrinkly a little. So
Let's make them look pretty again. Okay, so let's meet, let's
that would
do a
be
cute
nice,
henna
that would be
there.
nice.
So they will also like, something fancy
Yeah,
there.
that would be kinda neat. It's almost like getting a tattoo, but it's not permanent.
Right.
It doesn't hurt.
No, and that's another thing. A lot of people comes to me to get their henna done as in tattoo. So they keep it on their skin for a long time to see how they like it, how they want it, and then they go and they get the real henna as a real tattoo done. So before that, they keep the henna for long.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
also another way to get the. Why would you get the henna done?
Yeah. Well, I don't like the idea of a tattoo, so no, I don't
It
want
hurted.
anything
I got
permanent.
one. I got one,
Did
and it did hurt me a lot.
oh, yes, I know it
Yeah,
would
it
it
did
hurt.
hurt. And then I said, I'm gonna stick to my henna. I like that.
Yeah. That's what they say. It hurts a lot, and I have enough pain. I don't need more.
Yeah. I cannot see the pain and the blood at all. So no, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. I think the hen is safer.
Right.
Yeah.
But they are artists, and hats off to their art too, right?
Yeah, right, 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 exactly.
Sure.
That's fine. Well, you take care and thanks again, and we'll see you on Sunday, hopefully.
Definitely sounds wonderful. I'll be there on Sunday if you have any questions, and definitely let's connect and have more fun then.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thanks, Katamari.
Yes. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day then. Bye bye.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.